Every number has its own frequency within this matrix, and when you're born, you get imprinted with the current energy. So let's go through them all. This is GG33 Numerology for all the numbers 1 to 33. 1 is the number of the leader, male energy, and new beginnings. Napoleon, one of the most famous one Lifepaths, a leader. George Washington, one Lifepath, a great leader of what became the United States of America. America starts with A is the first letter. Makes sense, it was founded by one Lifepath, right? When you look at athletes, the greatest of all time, they're all ones. LeBron James, one Lifepath. Magic, KD, Shaq, all one Lifepaths. Messi, one Lifepath in football. Khabib, one Lifepath. Tyson Fury, one Lifepath among countless others. 1 is the number of the athlete starts with A is the first letter. See, ones are very competitive and this drive is what pushes them to greatness. Even women with one energy have a lot of male qualities. These are girls who like having guy friends, they're not into drama and gossip and all the girly stuff, and usually take on jobs in male-dominated fields such as business. Women born on the 1st, 10, 90, 28 to 1 Lifepaths do really well in business. If you look at the show Shark Tank, the two women on there, Barbara and Lori, one's a 1 Lifepath, other one is born on the 10th. That's because 1 is the number of male energy, meaning they can handle stress, they can handle responsibility, and take on pressure that most women couldn't. Now in relationships, women with 1 energy, I've seen a lot of them have problems because a lot of weaker men can't handle that. And there's specific advice I give to these sort of women that works every single time, but I'll leave that for the readings. 2 is the number of feminine energy. There is no 2 Lifepaths. The only way to have pure 2 energy is to be born on the 2nd or to have a bunch of 2s in your birthday, like someone born 2/22, 2002. A lot of 2 energy there. So people born on the 2nd tend to be extremely sensitive. They tend to be peaceful. They get easily offended and often take things the wrong way. And they aren't the aggressive fighter types of people. No, they would rather avoid arguments and actually solve them. That's why 2 is the number of peace. World War II ended on September the 2nd. The Germans surrendered May the 2nd. So a lot of amateur numerologists say 11 and 2 is the same, but this is completely false. And unlike most of them, I actually have some examples to give you guys, some proof. World War I ended November 11th and it led to another war. 11 is emotional and volatile energy. World War II ended on the 2nd, 2 is the number of peace, and there's been peace ever since. Showing a clear example how 2 and 11 are completely different energies and manifest in different ways. If you have proof to counter this point and say that 2 and 11 is the same, feel free to share it. We'll look over it, and no, just because you feel like it or you know a friend, that's not enough. We need real examples of real life in a scientific way. That's the GG33 way. Now, and as I said about women born on the 1st, 10, 90, 28 tend to be more masculine and have leadership qualities. Well, on the other side, men born on the 2nd tend to be more feminine. A lot of them even look more feminine and don't make for good leaders. There's always that yin and the yang balance within everything. 3 is the number of communication and childlike energy. Famous 3s include Christopher Tolkien, the writer of Lord of the Rings, and The Hobbit. Born January the 3rd. See, he was such a 3, he invented new languages for his books. That's communication taken to the peak. Other 3s might be really into sales. Some 3s always on the phone, communicating through that. See, there's different ways of communicating. Tolkien did it through writing. Mr. Beast, the 3 Lifepath, is doing it through social media. When you look at content creators, you will soon realize most of them are 3s. I Show Speed, born on the 21st, 2 plus 1 is 3. XQC, born on the 12th, 1 plus 2 is 3. Mr. Beast, 3 Lifepath. You look at the word content creator, starts with CC. C is the 3rd letter. What do? They communicate. C, they do a lot of comedy. C, mostly for children. C, the 3rd letter. You see how it works? The English language is coded with numerology. That's why we use it so much. And now you see how people with 3 energy, they're primed for social media. This is the advice I give to all of them. People born on the 3rd, 12th, 21st, 30th need to be on social media. Because the beauty of social media is you can do anything you want and still be posting about it. You could be a chef making videos about cooking. You could be a lawyer posting videos about the law. People with 3 energy, that's the cheat code for success. They should be on social media. 4 is the number of hard work, police, and law of order. People born on the 4th, 13th, 31st, they should never break the law because they have a higher chance of getting busted. Think about it like this. If 4 cars are running the red light and the cops can only come after one of them, Most likely they're coming after the person born on the 4th, 13th, 31st or 4 Lifepath. And see, some people tell me they're a criminal born on the 4th, they hate the police, this stuff doesn't work for them. You know what I tell them? I tell them good luck. El Chapo born on the 4th was running a cartel, now he's locked up, he's gonna be there for the rest of his life. Frank Lucas, a 4 Lifepath, one of the first black mob bosses of New York. He got caught and snitched his way out of it. Over 100 people got knocked because he started talking. That 4 energy, law and order, always takes over. So if you are 4, don't break the law. 5 is the number travel, 5 is the number of the model. To prove this, we can look at the top 100 supermodels between 1980 and 2020. And we're gonna find that 30% of them are either 5 Lifepath or born on the 5th, 14th, 23rd. 30 out of 100, that's a massive mathematical anomaly only explained through numerology. 5 is the number of the model. Gigi Hadid, born on 23rd, one of the top models of all time. Cristiano Ronaldo, born February the 5th, the most followed person on IG. Neymar Jr., same story, born on the 5th, the same day as Ronaldo. That's numerology. 6 is the number of home and family, but I'll tell you something else. 6 is the number of the government. Government, first vowel is O, O is the 15th letter, 1 plus 5 is 6. Politics, first vowel is O, so you will notice a lot of people born on the 6, 15, 24 to 6 Lifepaths are in politics or work in a government position. And 6 is perhaps one of the more underrated and misunderstood numbers, especially the number 24. A lot of symbolism in the number 24, starting with 24 hours on the clock, and a lot of it has to do with sacred geometry. I'll leave that for you guys to decode, but people born on the 6, 15, 24th, their secret to success is their family. Floyd Mayweather, born on the 24th, training with his father, training with his uncle. Michael Jackson, a 6 Lifepath, he was born into it. The Jackson 5, his family boosted him up and enabled him to be so great. So there's a hack for you guys right there. If you're born on a 6, 15, 24th or 6 Lifepath, build a family and work together with your family members, you will get the results. Next is the number 7. This is one of the more magical numbers out there, and a lot of people struggle on the 7 energy. Whether they're born on the 7, 16, 25th or 7 Lifepath or going through a 7-year cycle. Because most people do not understand this energy and struggle doing the same thing everybody else is doing. 7 is all about the mind, all about the spiritual side, all about knowledge and searching for the higher truth. 7 is raising your vibration through knowledge and teaching it to others. And that's your mission as a 7. If you go through life trying to do what everyone else is doing, you're not gonna get the results. In fact, you're not even gonna fit in with the rest of them. So spend some time, take some effort, and actually figure out what the 7 energy means. You might change your life. Next, 8 is the number of money, 8 is the number of power, 8 is the number of karma. The crown prince of Saudi Arabia is an 8 Lifepath and he's gonna be the 8th king of Saudi Arabia. 8 is the number of power. Numerology at work. And a lot of kings and queens throughout history have been born with 8 energy, born into power. But why is 8 the number of power? Well, it all goes back to particle science, as does most sacred geometry, which numerology is just a part of. See, within every particle there's a positive and a negative side, spinning clockwise and counterclockwise in perfect equilibrium. When they complete one cycle and meet in the middle, it creates a spark through friction, and that spark gives the cell the energy needed for the next cycle, and so on. This is the method of how every wave of energy moves. One wave representing one cycle, and a deep bow moment is when a pattern of the 8 creates power. So now you guys know and see how far numerology really goes. 9 is the number of adapting, 9 is the number of completion. A lot of 9 Lifepaths and people born on the 9, 18, 27 get a bad rep in GG33, but there's always 2 sides to the story. Now, but the main part is that all of the numerology books and websites throughout history, the 9 has the most misinformation written about it. See, they might have the basics about 5 being travel and 1 being the leader. When it comes to the 9, it's complete nonsense. That's because the lead up psyop in the play by putting out misinformation into the books, into the websites, to lead people astray. And for years, GG33 decided to be quiet about the 9 because everyone else had it wrong and we would have just been copied. But see, there's a certain percentage of 9s that essentially give the 9 a bad rep. These are the people who think they are the God's gift on earth, that 9 is the best number, 9 is superior, and is the superhero. And they swear by it to the end. Which is absolutely crazy because every number has its good and it's bad. Every number has its yin and the yang. There's no better or worse. Numbers 1 to 9 are all part of the same wavelength. Master numbers 11, 22 and 33, they're on a different wavelength. But there's no such thing as 9 being the best, and it makes no sense. And the people who push it, they're the ones giving 9s a bad rep with their delusion. Because here's the truth. 9s have a big ego. They struggle with controlling and mastering the ego, and that's part of the life mission, to not let the ego get bigger than themselves. So a lot of them just want to feel like they're special, want to think they are the best, don't take any accountability or responsibility, and just want to be told how great they are. That's their ego talking, but it is what it is. You know, most 9s are given readings to, they're decent people, just like everybody else on their own unique journeys in this game called life. Nothing crazy. But some 9s, and especially some double 9s, have been the craziest people I've ever talked to. So again, a couple bad apples ruin it for everybody else. It is what it is. Now, if you want to learn about the 9 and what it really means and how to use these gifts you have, get a reading or join the classes. We don't gatekeep once you're inside. But now, the number 11, the first master number. As you know, you're not supposed to reduce master numbers 11, 22, and 33. This gives us 12 unique vibrations, 1 to 9, 11, 22, and 33. Just like there's 12 zodiac signs, it's all part of the same system. 12 numbers times 12 zodiac signs, 144. Giving you a little hint for what that number means as well. But now, and the number 11 is special because it's the first master number. It represents the soul taking the next step towards uncovering the truth of their highest self, their spirituality, and who their authentic self in this matrix really is. See, and the mission for 11 Lifepaths and people born on the 11th, 20th, 29th is learning to control emotional energy, because emotions is power, it's electricity. Emotions, electric motion. Your thoughts manifest your reality, and the more passionate your thoughts, the more power you have behind that intent, the stronger you manifest, because more ether particles hear your message. So a lot of 11s, they climb their way to the top because they use their emotional energy to manifest. While a lot of 11s who can't control the emotions become unbalanced, emotionally unstable, and start showing really negative qualities. See, there's two sides to emotional energy, as there is within all things, and the negative side, it goes deep. 22 is the number of the master builder, and the perfect example of the concept is water. When you take the word water, it adds up to 22 in letterology. Water, master builds, water, master destroys. The molecular symbol H2O, H is the 8th letter, O is the 15th letter, 8 plus 8 plus 1 plus 5, 22. You can't make this stuff up, that's the matrix. Now, people born on the 22nd and 22 life paths, they are here to build, whether it's themselves, whether it's a company, whether it's a business, whether it's building up other people around them, your mission is to build. So do it yourself, do it authentically, and don't stop at anything. 33, the number of influence and master teacher, is the final master numbers. It doesn't go higher than that. It doesn't go to 44. It doesn't go to 55. That's an 8 and a 1. But the power of a 33 is influencing the world and spreading their message. That's why Gary the Numbers Guy at 33 Lifepaths was able to spread numerology like it's never been shared before. See, behind every great movement, there's usually some 32 energy pushing it on. Mr. Beast, the biggest YouTube channel, had his two main co-hosts, both 33 Lifepaths. But see, a lot of times the 33 can be used negatively as well. And you can see what happened to one of them. And contrary to many, I don't believe Albert Einstein or Thomas Edison were genius 33s who came up with anything. I believe they were picked by the elite due to the 33 influence energy to push a false narrative of their version of science and psy up humanity and control the world through knowledge. That's what I believe, but that's a story for another day. See, if you are 33 life path, learn numerology, learn about the matrix, and wake up as many people as you can. We need that for the final battle. And if you want to learn this stuff in depth and master this information, sign up for reading. We'll go over everything, or join Gary's classes directly and learn this stuff yourself. Link in bio. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you on the next one.